American Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
There's another common theme on the campaign trail. Barack Obama trying to link John McCain to President Bush. And lately, he's been pointing out that McCain was against the so-called Bush tax cuts before he was for them.
I want to roll back the Bush tax cuts on the very wealthiest Americans. John McCain calls that socialism. What he forgets, conveniently, is that just a few years ago, he himself said those Bush tax cuts were irresponsible. He said he couldn't, in good conscience, support a tax cuts where the benefits went to the wealthy at the expense of middle-class Americans who most need tax relief.
Is Obama getting McCain's record right? President Bush pushed for the cuts early in his first term, back in February of 2001. Speaking on the Senate floor a few months later, John McCain said, quote, "I cannot in good conscience support a tax cut in which so many of the benefits go to the most fortunate among us at the expense of middle-class Americans who most need tax relief." When the cuts came to a vote, McCain was one of just 2 Republican senators to vote against them, and Bush ultimately signed the trillion-dollar plan into law. In 2003, McCain voted against additional tax cuts. But then, in 2006, he sided with the president and voted to extend the cuts, saying voting against them would be, quote, tantamount to a tax increase now that the economy had adjusted to them. So did Obama get the record right?
Just a few years ago, he himself said those Bush tax cuts were irresponsible.
So the True Squad verdict on this one is true. McCain did say he could not support the cuts because they went to the wealthy at the expense of the middle class. And then he later, as you heard, supported extending the cuts, saying the economy made them feasible, John, at that later time.